Hello everyone and welcome back to English Speaking Hub. If you are new here, this channel is your daily home for practical English speaking practice. And if you have been with us for a while, welcome back. I am really happy you are here again. Today, we are going to talk about something that so many of you ask me about in the comments every single week. And that is how to practice English conversation every day, even if you do not live in an English-speaking country. Even if you do not have anyone around you to talk to, and even if you feel shy or nervous about speaking. By the end of this video, you will have a full, simple, realistic plan that you can start using today. Not next month, not when you feel ready, but today. Let's start with a question. Why is speaking the hardest skill for most English learners? Think about your own experience for a second. Maybe you can read an English article and understand most of it. Maybe you can watch a movie and follow the story. Maybe you can even write a decent email. But the moment someone asks you a question in English, your mind goes blank. Your heart beats faster. You search for words that you know you have learned before, but somehow they disappear right when you need them. This is completely normal, and I want you to hear this clearly. It is not because you are bad at English. It is because speaking is a physical skill, not just a mental one. It is like playing the piano. You can understand music theory perfectly. You can read notes. You can explain chords. But if your fingers have never practiced moving on the keys, you will not be able to play a song smoothly. Speaking English works the same way. Your mouth, your tongue, your breathing, your brain's speed of connecting ideas to words, all of this needs repeated physical practice, not just study. This is why grammar books alone will never make you fluent. This is why watching hours of English videos without speaking will never make you fluent either. Listening and reading build your understanding, but only speaking builds your speaking. And the good news is, speaking is a skill you can train daily in small sessions, just like exercise, and you will see real improvement within weeks if you are consistent. So let's talk about the first part of your daily practice plan, and that is talking to yourself out loud. I know this might sound strange at first, maybe even a little embarrassing, but let me explain why this is one of the most powerful tools you have, especially if you do not have a speaking partner right now. When you talk to yourself in English, you are training your brain to think in English, not translate from your native language and then speak. This translation habit is actually the biggest reason learners speak slowly and hesitantly. Every time you stop to translate a sentence in your head, you lose speed, you lose confidence, and often you lose the sentence completely. Here is how to do this practice properly. Every morning, while you are getting ready, making coffee, or walking somewhere, describe what you are doing in English, out loud if possible, or quietly if you are in public. Say things like, I am making my coffee now. It smells really good today. I think I will have a quick breakfast before I leave. It does not need to be complicated. It does not need to be perfect grammar. The goal is speed and flow, not accuracy. You want your mouth and your brain to get comfortable producing English sentences without long pauses. Do this for just 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, describing your day, your plans, your feelings, anything at all. And within 2 or 3 weeks, you will notice something important. Your sentences will start coming out faster and more naturally, because you have built a habit of thinking directly in English. Now let's move to the second part of your daily practice, which is shadowing. Shadowing is a technique used by professional interpreters, and it is incredibly effective for pronunciation, rhythm, and natural sentence flow. Here is how it works. You choose a short video or audio clip in English, something like a podcast, a news clip, or even a scene from a show. Ideally, something with clear speech and not too much background noise. You play a short sentence, pause it, and then repeat exactly what you heard, trying to copy not just the words, but the rhythm, the speed, the stress on certain words, and even the pauses. Then you play the next sentence, pause, and repeat again. You are literally shadowing the speaker's voice with your own. Why does this work so well? Because English has a very particular rhythm. Certain words are stressed strongly. Other small words like articles and prepositions almost disappear in fast speech. And this rhythm pattern is very different from many other languages. When you shadow real speakers, your mouth learns these patterns physically, the same way your fingers learn piano patterns through repetition. I recommend doing 10 to 15 minutes of shadowing daily, using content that matches your level. Not too difficult, not too easy. If you are a beginner, choose slow, clear content like children's shows or beginner podcasts. If you are more advanced, choose natural conversations, interviews, or debates. The third part of your daily plan is what I call the 3-sentence rule. And this is especially useful for those of you who do have a chance to speak with someone, whether that is a language exchange partner, a tutor, a friend, or even a stranger online. The 3-sentence rule means that every time you answer a question, you push yourself to say at least 3 sentences instead of one short answer. So many learners, when asked, "How was your weekend?" simply say, "It was good," and then stop. This might feel safe, but it gives your brain almost no practice. Instead, try this. "My weekend was really nice actually. I went to visit my parents on Saturday and we cooked a big meal together, which was really fun." Do you see the difference? That is one main sentence followed by 2 supporting details. This structure is something you can apply to almost any question in daily conversation. It forces you to think a little further, to organize your ideas, and it also makes conversations far more interesting for both people involved. Practice this rule even by yourself. Take simple questions like, "What did you eat today? What is your favorite season? Why do you like your job?" And answer each one with at least 3 connected sentences. Record yourself if you can, and listen back. You will start to notice your own patterns. Maybe you use the word "like" too often. Maybe you always start sentences with "so." And noticing these patterns is the first step to improving them. Now I know some of you are thinking, this all sounds good, but I truly have no one to speak English with in my daily life. I understand this completely. And this brings us to the 4th part of the plan. Finding speaking opportunities in a world of technology. There are language exchange apps where you can text or call people learning your native language who are also native or fluent English speakers. There are online communities built specifically around practicing conversation, some free, some paid, where you join small group calls with other learners at your level. There are also voice message exchanges, where instead of a live call, which can feel intimidating at first, you send voice messages back and forth with a partner throughout the day, practicing in a lower pressure way before moving to live conversations. If live speaking still feels too scary right now, that is completely fine. Do not force yourself before you are ready. Instead, use recording as your bridge. Choose a topic, maybe something simple like describing your favorite restaurant, and speak about it for 1 full minute without stopping, recording yourself on your phone. Listen back. Do not judge yourself harshly. Just notice, where did you pause? Where did you search for words? What would you say differently? Then record the same topic again. You will be amazed at how much smoother the second recording sounds compared to the first. And this is proof that your brain adapts quickly with just a little repetition. Let's talk now about a mistake I see extremely often, and that is trying to sound perfect before you speak at all. So many learners wait thinking, I will start speaking once my grammar is better, once I know more vocabulary, once I feel ready. I want to be very honest with you. That day never comes if you wait for it. Fluency is built through speaking imperfectly, many, many times, not through reaching some magical point of readiness. Every fluent speaker you admire made thousands of mistakes along the way. The difference between them and someone who gives up is simply that they kept speaking despite the mistakes. And slowly, through repetition, those mistakes became less frequent. So here is something I want you to do starting today. Give yourself permission to sound imperfect. When you make a grammar mistake while speaking, do not stop and restart the whole sentence. Just keep going, the same way you would in your native language if you misspoke slightly. Native speakers make grammar slips constantly too. They simply keep talking. This flow, this ability to continue even after a small error, is actually a more advanced skill than perfect grammar. Because real conversations move fast and nobody has time to pause for corrections. Now let's put this all together into one simple daily routine that you can realistically follow even on a busy day. In the morning, spend 5 minutes talking to yourself about your plans for the day. During the day, whenever you have a short break, spend 10 to 15 minutes shadowing a short audio or video clip. In the evening, spend 5 to 10 minutes recording yourself answering 1 or 2 questions using the 3-sentence rule, or if you have a speaking partner, spend 15 to 20 minutes on a live conversation or voice message exchange. That is a total of around 30 to 40 minutes daily, spread throughout your day in small pieces, which is much more manageable than trying to find one long hour. And honestly, more effective too, because your brain absorbs speaking practice better in short, frequent sessions rather than one long session. I also want to mention the importance of tracking your progress, because motivation often drops when we cannot see how far we have come. Keep a simple voice journal, just one short recording every week answering the same question. Something like, "Tell me about your week." After 1 month, listen to your first recording and your most recent one side by side. I promise you, you will hear a difference. Maybe your sentences are longer. Maybe there are fewer pauses. Maybe your pronunciation of certain sounds has improved. This kind of proof is incredibly motivating, and it is much more reliable than simply feeling like you are not improving. Because progress in speaking often happens gradually and quietly in a way that is hard to notice day to day, but very clear over weeks. Before we finish today, I want to address one more emotional barrier that many of you have mentioned to me, and that is the fear of judgment. Many learners avoid speaking because they are afraid of being laughed at or thought less of because of their accent or their mistakes. I want you to remember something important. Almost everyone listening to you speak English as a second language understands on some level how hard this is, because either they have learned another language themselves or they simply respect the effort it takes. The people who mock others for trying are a very small, very unkind minority, and they do not deserve your silence. Do not let a small number of unkind people stop you from communicating, from building relationships, from growing in your career, from traveling with confidence. Your accent is not a flaw. It is proof that you speak more than one language, which is something to be proud of, not ashamed of. So here is your action step for today. Choose one part of this plan, just one. Maybe it is the morning self-talk. Maybe it is shadowing. Maybe it is finding a language exchange partner this week. and commit to doing that one thing for the next 7 days. Do not try to do everything at once, because that often leads to burnout and giving up. Small, consistent action beats big, unsustainable plans every single time. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. That already shows me you are serious about improving your English speaking. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel grow and reach more learners just like you. Subscribe to English Speaking Hub if you have not already, because we post new speaking practice videos regularly to help you build real conversation confidence. And leave a comment below telling me which part of today's plan you are going to start with. I read every single comment and I would love to hear from you. Keep practicing, keep speaking, even imperfectly, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.